Well, all right, everybody, what's going on? Richie Plemons. I know a lot of you guys follow me on my lawn care channel, and I've done that for a few years. Built up a great audience, a lot of great people, made a lot of new friends. But I bought a truck and starting a trucking company. I've still got the landscaping, so don't think that I'm out of the landscaping business. I'm still in it. We started this second business here, trying to get a trucking company, I guess you would say, or start a trucking business. I wanted to run under someone else's authority for about a year or so and kind of get my feet wet. I've been out of the trucking industry for a while, about 5 years, and I bought this truck back in December, and so I'm getting back into it now and get started you know, on the road to success in the trucking industry, right? You know, everybody told me I was crazy for buying a truck and going back into the trucking field, but like I said, still got the landscaping company. The goal is to eventually put somebody in this truck and let them do the driving while you know, me and my wife still run the landscaping company. And it's kind of, you know, what is it they say? You know, the average millionaire has 7 forms of income. So you know, there's nothing wrong with venturing out and trying some new things. I was in the trucking industry for 8-10 years, somewhere around in there. I drove for a while, pulled flatbeds, loved it. Then I went into the safety field. That's what my degree is. Went into the safety field in trucking and worked as a safety director for a trucking company. I learned real quick, I do not like being in an office cooped up all day long. It is just not my cup of tea, I guess you would say. So made a couple friends so far in the trucking industry on YouTube. Sammy from Make Sense, he's actually one of the local guys there. I can throw a rock at him from my front porch, I guess. But but anyway, guys, we unloaded here at this construction site. The crane's back here behind me, lifted it off the trailer. It was foam. It's a refrigerated facility, and they're adding on, doing some remodeling. So we delivered some foam for them out of Dalton, Georgia, brought it down here to Charleston, and now we're going to go over to Huger, South Carolina, pick up and go to Norcross, Georgia. That's our next stop. Will be Huger, and then over to Norcross, Georgia, and then from there I've got to you know, take the truck to the shop. I guess that's one good thing about trucking, right? You know, it's gonna have some shop time, so it's got to go in, and I'm thinking the clutch brake is probably just about shot. We had when I bought the truck, I had the clutch adjusted because I was noticing that the clutch brake just wasn't engaging. So 3 weeks later, it's doing it again, and so I'm thinking maybe it's a bad clutch brake. If someone knows, let me know down in the comments. You know, if they think that's what it is, I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. I'm not a mechanic, but I'm learning. You know, I want to learn everything about this truck. I want to learn how to fix a lot of stuff myself, you know, without having to rely on other people to do it. So this this guy with this low boy here, come pick this JLG lift up. He's backing out now. Kind of had us blocked in here where we couldn't get out. So gonna get out of here and head to Huger and pick up, take you guys along for the ride with me, and let's see if we can get some plated steel to take back to Georgia. So let's go. That polarizer on there. The sun's gonna be bright when we come out here, I think. It's like they stand there and they dare you to hit them. Tight squeeze in this joint. very much. Good group of people here, not bad, super nice people. So it's time to head out and let's go to Huger. There's some guys here delivering the same stuff that we delivered, this foam. Here's what the stuff looked like when we brought it in. Good old foam. Go the direction I've got to go. Since I don't have a little cut through right here, I've actually got to go down to the facility next door to cut a U-turn. Some of you may want to know what I've got. I'm driving a 2016 Peterbilt 579, 280-inch wheelbase, pretty long for a 579. Most of them you see are about 245, 265, right in that area, and that's 280 inches on this one. So it's pretty long for a 579, but hey, it gets the job done. That's all we want, right? Makes it a little tougher to get into some places, but that's not a big deal. I can handle that. I can handle taking a little extra time to back in at some of these places. So wished I could have made a U-turn like that. Too long though. Spread axle, be dragging an axle around. We don't want that. Let's see if this GPS here can get me to my location. what a beautiful day. 62 degrees here right now. I'm loving this. It's 62 degrees at home. Got here to Interstate 26.
Keep left onto Ashland Boulevard.
Tell you what, the great thing about this GoPro on your head is you guys can kind of see what we see and what we deal with on a daily basis. I know when I drove for years back and even today, I mean, it's actually gotten worse, I've noticed, over the past couple of weeks than what it was when I drove and finished driving back in 2015. Cars have gotten worse about pulling out in front of you, cutting you off, just, you know, they don't realize we can't stop. And I'm also learning, I'm seeing a lot of truck drivers out here that are doing the same thing as four-wheelers. I mean, it just kind of blew my mind. It's like truck drivers in the middle lane. If you're in the middle lane and I'm passing you on the right, you're in the wrong lane. And most cars don't realize most 3-lane interstates, we're only allowed in the 2 right lanes. So they get in the middle lane and it's like, that is our fast lane, move. So but anyway, you know, and what would be a truck driving video with a little bit of complaining, right?
Charleston.
Dead air. That'd drive you crazy on the CB.
Turn right onto I-26 east toward Charleston.
so we got our load picked up. We got 48,000 pounds, or 46,000, I'm sorry. 46,000 pounds of sheets of steel. So I'm gonna get that back to Georgia and get that delivered in the morning. Unfortunately, our appointment's not until 11 a.m. in Atlanta, so that kind of sucks, but you know, it's kind of something you got to deal with. They make appointments to for a reason, I guess. So, but we're dealing with a good old traffic this afternoon. I tell you what, I've had to jump off the interstate a couple of times to go around a couple of major accidents. Over on Interstate 26 West, coming back west on 26, had a semi-truck that unfortunately he turned over and had the entire interstate system blocked. And then now we're in Columbia, South Carolina now, and we're dealing with construction. It seems like every major interstate in South Carolina this week that I've been on has had some serious construction work going on. That I mean, you got one lane. You know, I can't even get over in the fast lane. I got one lane here to work with, and that's it. So it makes it a slow go, but I mean, that's the stuff that you deal with on the road. I mean, you just kind of got to deal with it and take it with a grain of salt. Don't get excited and panic, and you know, do what you can do. You know, you can see my little. I got 6 hours and 41 minutes available here to drive, so I get to drive for, like I said, another 6 hours and 41 minutes. So I mean, kind of rambling, but I guess because I've been going all day long, and got that load off this morning. To spend about 3.5 hours at my first stop to get unloaded, which, you know, I mean, it's kind of like traffic. It's unavoidable at some places. And then at my pickup, we had an 11 o'clock appointment time for the pickup. Went over to get the pickup made, and you know, they were on lunch. Even though my appointment was at 11, they had gone to lunch, and so it was 3 or 4 trucks in front of me. And by the time it was all said and done, I was there for about 3.5, 4 hours just to get loaded. And I got just a couple of stacks of plated steel, and that's it. You know, it took all of 10 minutes to get it on the truck. And then we got it strapped down, chained down, and tarp. So can't really see the tarp, it's back there. But I was gonna give you guys a tour of the truck if I had gotten finished in time today, but probably gonna lose daylight. I mean, got a beautiful sunset going on in front of me right now. I mean, that's one great thing about being a truck driver. I mean, you can get to see some of the nicest sunrises and sunsets, and it's you get to see a lot of the country. I've been to every state in a truck now. Honestly, well, 48 states I've been to in a truck driving over the years. And like I said, went into the landscaping field, and now that I've gone back into trucking, I figured, well, we'll just continue the YouTube onto the trucking side. I mean, I may not entertain some of you may be entertained, and if I can help somebody, I want to help. That was the main reason for starting my YouTube channel on Lawncare, was to help people. And if I can help someone, that's what I want to do, is help out. And if you know, I tell you what, I can learn a lot from other people. Let's see if I can get this camera adjusted. It's kind of pointed up a little high here. I'm gonna try to get it down a little bit here. So let's see if that's better there. Is that better? A little better. A little better there. That'll work. We'll go with that. So I always want to be able to help somebody any way I can, and I want to learn from other people. My way of doing things may not be your way of doing things. You may do it totally different than I do, but in the end, our outcome may be the same. You know, in flatbed, for example, you know, a lot of these loads we got to put tarps on, keep them out of the weather. Some people throw their straps over the tarps. Some people throw their straps and then put the tarps on. I'm a person, I strap my load down and then I tarp over the top of it. Same place I was picking up today, there was a lady in front of me, and she put her tarp on first and then strapped down. I prefer to strap before I tarp, simply because I can see the load and I can see what I'm tightening down. And you know, certain loads we can't tighten down too tight, you may damage the product. We haul a lot of insulated styrofoam for like construction sites building these large refrigerated warehouses and stuff. We do a lot of that. We do a lot of lintels or angle iron steel that's used in brick construction. We do a lot of that. And generally, currently I'm leased on with a company, and we've got 2 main customers that we pull for. And then we'll normally broker a load to get back in on. And you know, we've got some leeway. We get to choose a lot of our loads. You know, I've got access to a load board. I see something on the load board, the DAT load board, I can, you know, say, hey, this looks good. I can call on it, get it if I want to. We don't have to rely specifically on the company to get us back. So we got numerous loads, you know, going different places every day. We can pick what we want out of it, and I'm happy with it. I'm making good money. You know, you can, you know, this is the first truck I've owned. This is I'm a week and a half, 2 weeks into my experience as a owner operator, and so it's going to be a learning curve for me. There's going to be some things that I'm going to learn along the way. There's going to be some headaches. There's going to be some heartbreak. There's going to be some issues and problems that I run into that, you know, some of you guys have been out here for years could have seen it coming well before I did. But, you know, a lot of people will tell you, don't get it. If you have no experience in trucking, don't get into it. But I'm here to tell you, if you've got the drive and you really want something bad enough, you'll do what it takes to succeed. I said once before, back, it's been a few months now, an earlier video I made on the lawn care side, and you know, I said, what is your definition of success? Everybody has a different definition for success. You know, some people's idea of success may be, I made $1 million in 5 years. Some person's form of success may be, I'm financially stable enough that I don't worry and I don't have to work as hard. Some people, you know, may not consider themselves successful until they've built a, you know, $100 million company. Everybody's different. Everybody's got their own way of looking at things and their own place that they want to be in their life, and what they feel comfortable. Me personally, I don't have to be a millionaire to consider myself successful. I've got a beautiful wife and a beautiful 16-year-old daughter, and you know, my idea is give them what they need, be able to provide for them when they want something, be able to spend time with them and take them on vacation and enjoy life together. I mean, seriously, some of these guys out here I've met over the years, you know, they'll be out here on the road and they live out here and they hate it, but they don't want to come off the road because they're afraid they're not going to make any money. And you know, who wants to live that way? Who wants to live their entire life on the road and not be able to enjoy life? So as for me personally, I get home every weekend. Generally I can get home 1 or 2 nights a week, and still be able to gross, you know, $6,000–7,000 a week. You know, and that's gross. That's before expenses. You know, I got my fuel and, you know, insurance and other things that have got to come out. And I've got to put into, I put money into a maintenance fund. That's my way of maintaining the truck. The truck's got its own account. Pretty much I pay the truck everything. I pay myself a salary, and then I've got a separate account that's purely for maintenance, that I use, and this is maybe what not work for you, and it may not work for me. I mean, like I said, I've been trucking as an owner operator now for 2 weeks, so it may not work for me. I take so many cents per mile over the course of the week. So when I get my settlement at the end of the week, I say, all right, so I run 2,500 miles, and I'll say, all right, so 2,500 miles, and you know, 25 cents per mile of those 2,500 miles may be, you know, $600, $650. I'm going to put that in the maintenance account. That's the money that's going to go back into an account for All right, so we've got, you know, let's say a year from now, you know, the motor goes down in the truck and got to do a complete M-frame. You know, a year from now, if we say on average it's $600, $650, I mean, in 12 months, you're looking at what, $35,000 in that account. So I've got the money in there, and if the engine decides to go down. Now, will I probably have that in my first year? I doubt it, because this little truck, her name, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to name her. The last truck I drove, I named her Geraldine. I've got two that I'm looking at here. It's either going to be Delilah, or I thought about naming her Karen, because the first couple of weeks that after I purchased the truck, there was a ton of things that went wrong, and I was like, oh, you're a Karen. There's so many problems. So but we've got those things straightened out now, and so I don't want to hurt the old girl's feelings. You know, we want to make sure she's happy. So, but anyway, guys, we're gonna ride along here. I'll kick the radio on and we'll listen to a little bit of the CB, see if there's any chatter. That's another thing, truck drivers, you gotta get a CB. I mean, 26 earlier, you know, like I said, there was that major wreck. I don't see how truck drivers live out here without a CB radio. A wreck happened, you know, right in front of me. I mean, literally just before I got to it, and people were on the radio letting me know what's going on, and I got off the interstate. I was able to get off, work my way around it, jumped off the interstate, took a couple back roads, went over through Orangeburg, South Carolina, and around, and the whole time I'm going around, I hear these guys constantly going, how'd I get around this? How'd I get around this? And I'm like, or what's going on? What's going on? Why is the road closed down? What's going on? And you just want to say, if drive. So, you know, guys are like, what's going on? Sorry, my camera died there. So when I come up on the wreck, you know, the traffic's backing up, and everybody's like, what's going on? What's going on? You know, and it's like, guys, if you've had your radio on, you should have known this 15, 20 minutes before you ever got there. Somebody would have already told you. So I can't go anywhere without the old trusty CB radio. Just like I said, I don't see how some guys do it without it. So, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the channel. I know it's a lawn care channel, and I'm transitioning over to the trucking side for this channel, and I'm still going to offer lawn care. You know, that's, you know, I'm not saying I'm stopping the lawn care videos. I'm still going to have them, but we're also going to have this kind of channel as well. I mean, it's going to be basically a vlog. You know, one day I might be driving a truck, one day I might be mowing your lawn. You just never know. It is who I am. I had thought about starting a second channel, keeping them separated, run a little poll on the community forum there on YouTube, and everybody said, you know, just keep it one channel. I think we had a handful that said, you know, add another channel, but for the most part, everybody said just keep it one, and let's do it that way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it one channel and just leave it at that, and hope you guys enjoy it. I'll probably lose some subscribers. That's no big deal. I understand that. It may not be what you want to watch, but I may gain some too. So anyway, guys, next video that I'm going to post will be about kind of give you guys a tour of the truck, what I've got, you know, what kind of engine's in it. I mean, it's like I said, it's a 2016 579 with a 450 Cummins. It's a 13-speed transmission, 280-inch wheelbase, 336 rear gears. You know, it's not a bad truck. Right now the fuel mileage is a little janky at 5.2, but I'm mostly averaging anywhere between 6.3 and 6.6 miles to the gallon out of this thing so far. So right now the fuel mileage is a little off. I kind of had to sit for a little while and idle, so that kind of tagged my fuel mileage for the day. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe we can put a face with a name in the next video, and we'll catch you in the next one.